Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to Life in Me. This is Phoebe. This is a channel, a place that we come to get inspired, to have inspiration about life, personal development, personal growth, and ideas of transformation. So in today's video, I just want to share ways in which you can set a clear vision for your life. So why is it within vision for our life in order to move ahead like fastly what we want to do? This is an exercise that I myself did. As I said, I'm key on personal growth and development and becoming our best selves and evolving to make the change of purpose here on earth. So that's I'm key on beauty, passion, purpose, and love. So let's get into this video. I'm so much excited about this video, honestly, because it's something that I did personally. It helped me to have an idea about how I want things to be. Like it just helped me guide me. Sometimes that I feel like I just didn't know where I was going. Like I did not have an idea about anything. So I started to make some research. I started to search for an answer. And then I discovered that there is something that 1% of the world population is doing that 99% are not doing. So I in myself decided to say, okay, I'm going to be part of this 1% and do these things. So I just share my own idea and my own experience. So in this case, is setting a vision for your life, having a clear vision and goal for your life. What do you want for your life? Where do you want to see yourself in like 5 years from now, in like 10 years from now? Do you have a focus point of your life? If even you are in a business, if you are making your business, where do you see your business like 5 years from now? Where do you see your company like 10 years from now? Or where do you even see yourself like 5 or 10 years from now? So that's why inspired me to make this video. So before we get into this, I'm going to share with you a few truths on how you can set a clear vision of your life. So before then, let me just ask you these questions, and I want you to answer these questions honestly to yourself. This is a place of growth and development. So let's get into this exercise. The first question here is, where is my life right now? So the point of this question is, before you even start to think about moving ahead, pushing ahead, or going to where you want to go, you first have to be aware of where you are. You first have to accept where you are. That's what I made in my previous video. I talk about accepting your present now and living in the now. So you first have to identify where you are now. So once you identify where you are now, then you'll be able to go to where you want to go. You have to identify where you are now. So once you identify where you are now, the first place, it may not necessarily be a location area, but I mean like generally where you are. Are you married? How's your bank account looks like? How's your financial status? How's your schooling going? Are you doing well in your college? Are you doing well in your relationship, in your studies? So you first have to establish a fact of where you are now. So once you are established that fact, the next one is, how do I want to feel in my life? So before you think about what you want to be, you first have to have a feeling about how you want to feel. So sometimes you say that I want this, I want a beautiful relationship, I want to feel love, I want to feel inspired, I want to feel great and beautiful. But do you know how does it feel to feel those things, to feel that way? That way. How do you want to feel in your life? For me, I did all of this. I've answered this question personally for myself. So how I want to feel? I want to feel love. I want to feel beautiful. I want to feel purposeful. I want to feel fulfilled. Like overall, I want to feel fulfilled. So you have to identify like how do you want to feel, and just imagine yourself. Just sit and just imagine. What if everything that you want to do or be, you have already achieved them? I posted this on my Instagram page and I said that answer this question. Okay, just these are questions of persons that to bring you in your now. So what if all you want to do, all you want to be, all you want to have, all you want to experience, the joy, the love, the beauty, the achievement, the success, the relationship, everything. What if all of those things that you actually want in your life, what if all of those things are already been provided, that is already accomplished? How will you feel? So just assume in that way and picture it like that. Like, how will you feel if all of those things have already been accomplished? That feeling that you have, even if you want to pay off a debt, to pay off a bank loan, you want to have a fat bank account, or you want to graduate from school, whatever it may be. What if everything has already been done? How will you feel? Go to take a drive to that place, feel that feeling and bring that feeling back to you. So it's like most of the things that we do is in how we feel and what we think about. That's why the scripture says that those things that are good, think about those things. Those things that are perfect and of good report, think about them. Why? Because the way we feel, that's how we behave. If you feel good, you behave good. If you feel bad, you definitely behave bad to people. So that's why you have to identify how you are feeling. The next one is, what do I want for my life and the people around me? You have to have a picture. Like, what do you want for your life? Do you want to feel? Do you want greatness? And I have a video also that talk about you defining what does wealth and success means to you. So you can check out that my video. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want for your life and the people around you? For me, I want love. I just want everyone to feel beautiful and important and worthy of who they are. There's a beautiful quote that says that we treat people as if they have already become what they should be. You help them to become what they should be. So it just means that you should treat people special, treat people nicely. So answer the question for yourself, like, what do you want for you and the people around you? The next question here is, am I happy with the life I'm living now? So if you're happy with your life, that's fine. That is so much good. Then this video is, I'm sorry, not for you. But if you're not happy with where you are, then this video is for you. So you can take the necessary steps that are required to make the change that you needed in your life. And the next one here is, where I want to be at this exact place 5 years from now. So as I said, this is what the video is about, setting a clear vision for our lives. So will you want to be at that same place where you are exactly like now? Do you want to be at that exact place the 5 years from now, or will you want to be to that same place? If that question is no, then what can I do each day? Like those little things I can do to take me closer to how I want to be. So that's why you have to have an idea of what you want to do or have. So this is where the setting our clear vision for our life comes in. Once you have answered all of those questions, then we get into setting a vision. Why do we need vision? We need vision to help us clear up our mind, to help us feel inspired, to help us feel motivated, to help us feel alive, to help us feel worthy that indeed we can do these things, that there is nothing you cannot do. That's why the scripture says that lack of visions, my people perish. So if you don't want to perish may be your dreams die. So if you don't want to perish, then you should have a set vision for your life. If you want to move ahead, what I'm going to say is that you have to define what are those things that you want. List all of those things that you want to achieve. What are all of those things you want to accomplish in your life, like in 5 years from now? Wherever time you may be watching this video, 5 years from this particular moment, where do you want to see yourself? Probably you want to see yourself travel out of the country, having a very wonderful and successful company. To make a list of everything that you want, all the things that you want to experience, you want to achieve, you want to have in your life, like 5 years period from now. This may be a little bit tough exercise. Honestly, for me, before I did this exercise, I was like, oh my gosh, what do I want? Oh God, what do I want to achieve? What do I want? So it will take time, but you should just be conscious about it. Like go to a quiet place. It helps a lot. Go to a quiet place, be at a quiet place. and just think about all the things that you are really wish it was in your life, those things that you really love to have in your life, those things that you really want to have achieved like 5 years from now. Whatever it may be, just write it. Make a list of them, but you have to be conscious, and you should not set crazy goal, like unrealistic goal. That's what I'm saying. Don't put any unrealistic stuff. Be real. And set a clear goals for your life. Now, once you have set a 5 years period goal for your life, I'm now going to walk you through the process of breaking these goals down into smaller, just the smallest part, so you can achieve them, so you can work towards them like daily. So after you have listed all of the things you want within 5 years period, the next thing you do here is you break them down into segments. So you have 5 years period that you are reaching all of the things that you want. So the next thing here is you break them down into 3 parts. So break the goals down into 3 parts. The 3 parts, you have the first 2 years, the second 2 years, and you have the next 1 year. So once you have divided like all of the things that you wrote for the 5 years period, how many of those things? First, they mark all of the most important, because among everything, there are some of those goals that you have that will give you so much fulfillment if you achieve them at a particular time. It will give you so much inspiration, motivation, and drive to go. One of the key recent things that give you motivation and inspiration is achievement. There is no doubt about this one. Achievement helps you to keep you motivated and inspired. So once you have set this goal and you are achieving them little by little, you will feel more inspired to keep on doing them. So set them up, the most important, the less important, and then the next important. So set all of those important goals for yourself and how you want it to be. Once you are setting down into the sequence of important, most important, and not very much important, but yet until you want to do them, you take the most important and place them in one category, the next one, the next one. But the point here is divide them into 3 parts. The first 2 years period, what are all those things that you really want? So I will recommend or advise that the ones that you are really wanted to do, list them in the first 2 years, and then the next session, the next 2 years, and then the final session, the next 1 year. So when you're just climaxing everything that you did not do in those 2 years or any adding up. Okay, now once you are setting into a set of 2 years, then the next thing that I want you to do is something that is proven. It will help you, keep you guided, motivated. The next thing that I want you to do is the 2 years divided into 2 parts. You have the first 1 year, you have the second 1 year, gives you 2 years. So you take the first session in the first 1 year. What are all those things you want to achieve, do, or have done in the first 1 year time? List them all down. So if it is you want to build your relationship, like this year, I want to know how to relate to people. I want to build my relationship with people. I want to build my time with people, and I want to develop how much I maintain time, how productive I become. I want to work on my habits at work, how productive I become at work. I want to work on a personal project. So you list those things that you want to do within that 1 year period. This helps you to keep you guided and motivated and inspired. So once you have listed all of those things that you want to achieve in that 1 year, you can just leave it, break them down into 4 segments. The first one is, so you have in 1 year period, you have 12 months, and the 12-month period, the first one, what you do is a full segment, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months gives you 4 months in a year. So every 3 months, make a plan of what are all those things that you want to achieve within that 3 months. And once you have set the standard, once you have set it for the 3 months, then the next thing you do is break the 3 months down into 1 month, 1 month. So it means that everything that you wrote down in the 3 months time, you break it down into 1 month. So each month, what do you want to achieve within each month? So once you have broken those goals down into 3 months, into a month, every month, now you can work towards it daily. So daily, what are those steps that you can take to take you closer to achieving those goals? So now you see how we have broken the large goal that we have now into smaller segments, into days. So once you have set this standard and this pattern and format, you follow each day. It will help you keep you motivated. I did them, I try and I work on them too. So with them, what it does for me is that even if I set a large goal, it helps me that I achieve probably like 75% of it. Put your Oakley food down, man. I achieve the 75% of them, and then the remaining ones, if I don't achieve, I try to cover up. But it helps you so much to keep you guided, to keep you inspired and motivated. One more thing I want to share is writing the vision down and also creating a vision board. I'm going to do a video on, I'm going to show you how to do a video on how to create a vision board. So what the vision board does is it helps you to keep you guided. So you create a picture of whatever you wrote on this long list of 5 years time, all of those things that you wrote that you want to achieve. Just print out a photo of all of them, like download photo or images that represent those things. So if one of them is to travel, if one of them is to travel, you have an image of a plane. So you download image of a plane and print it out and put it on the board. And then if you want to have your house, you download image of a house, print it out and put it on the board, on that same board. So make an image much smaller that you can see from a distance, and you can put on a board that everything can fit on just one sizable board. And then you hang them up. So all of those things that you listed within your 5 years stamp of achievement, what you want to do, just print an image that represents all of those things. If you want to develop your work, your relationship with people, put your friends around you, put people laughing around you, download image of you having fun with people. That will just remind you that this is what I want to do. And if you want to have, like you want to marry, download or image of someone getting married and just put it on wedding gown. So what it does, it just inspire you to make you consciously to know that this is what I want to do, this is what I want to achieve. The scripture says that write the vision down and make it plain, that whosoever that look upon it will run. So we also say that lack of visions, my people perish. I want to perish myself, I know I don't want to perish. If you wanted to perish, you would not have been watching this video. So this is how you can set a clear and focused vision for your life. We all need vision. Vision is very much important, because without vision, you will see yourself going around in the same place over and over, because you are not doing different things. If you want to be different, you need to start doing different things. I did the same because I wanted to be different. I started to go after the things that different people do, and I'm seeing a difference in my life now. So you yourself can begin to do the same. Start being different and begin to do the things that you not used to do. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of the things that you usually do. Start doing the unusual, so you can become the person that you have always and truly know yourself to be. So yes guys, hope this video and all of what I have shared is a help to you. Anyway, it's going to be a help to you, even more to come. And you can subscribe to follow me up whenever I have a new post that you will receive them, because those new posts are always going to be coming up. New content, creative content, and inspirational, transformational content. So I urge you to subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on my Facebook page called Life and Happiness, and also my Instagram page. I'm going to put the name of my Instagram page somewhere here, so you can follow me up for new content. Hope to see you in my next video. Stay blessed and love you. Bye bye. Ayakata. Jago. So